I'm gonna play some clips and I'm gonna have some pictures this episode here. You know what I'm saying? So, for one, let's just go to this clip real quick.
Held a news conference Monday to describe how authorities responded after a quote inmate-on-inmate altercation started in a general population dorm around 7:15 p.m.
CENTCOM and our SWAT team were activated and responded. Around 9:20, 9:23, lead responded also. At 11:30, we entered the first dorm to take that dorm back, to enter safely, and we took that dorm back. At 2 o'clock, we entered the last dorm at Lee and started conducting the roll call counts.
Graphic images of dead or badly wounded bodies covered with blood and a blood-soaked floor. Director Sterling said it took 7 hours for guards to stop the violence Sunday night in order to maintain officer safety.
Before we can go into a dorm, just so you know, there's about 250, 260 inmates in each dorm. We're not going to just send 1 or 2 officers in there. We're going to gather a force that is safe for all our officers. We're not going to put our officers and other staff in harm's way.
They saying they're not gonna send in 1 or 2 guards. That means there's none in the dorm with over 200 and something inmates. You know, there's no guards already there. The inmates are running the prisons, all of them. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't it the job of the CO to protect the inmates from other inmates and not just let them run rampant up in here, getting preyed upon, violated, stabbed, beat up? You know, I thought y'all was supposed to deter them from crime, rehabilitate them from crime. You just put them in there by themselves and let them get better at committing crimes. Now, let's get into this story. Okay, so now I'm at this new prison. I'm in my cell. You know what I'm saying? I had Robbie's cells probably like 3 cells down from mine. You know, so I'm getting organized. You know, everything is in the foot locker. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, me and my cellie, on my side, we share a foot locker. He get the left, I get the right. Okay, so I put everything away. I'm organized. Now I want to go holler at Robbie, you know. At this time, he the only person I know up in here. So, you know, I want to really just move around, but I don't move around by myself. So I walks out the cell, you know, and I start heading down there towards Robbie's cell. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, Robbie got 3 cells. I got 3 cells. It's 4 of us in each cell. And these ain't the cells with the solid doors. These the cells with the bars on it. You know, it's tiers. It's 1 tier, 2 tier, 1 tier, 2 tier. Okay, so now I'm headed to Robbie's cell. But I stop short before I get to Robbie's cell because I hear talking and I just want to be nosy to kind of hear what's going on. Because if I walk up, they're going to stop talking whatever they talking anyway. Because I ain't in a cell. That's how it is. You know, so here, you know, them telling Robbie little different things, and I'm going to bring up what they was telling him. But first, you know, I just want to go ahead and, you know, stop this before it go any further. So that's immediately when I turn kind of wide in front of his cell, so it don't look like I'm trying to creep up on him or nothing. So Robbie see me, and immediately he like, hey man, guess what? Man, hey bro, all my cells know my people. All my cells know my people, man. They know my big cousin, man. I say, man, come on in me for a minute. You know, I try to take him off like, you know what I'm saying? It's something about something totally different. So as we get way away from them, we walk down towards the last metal table in the middle of the tier. And I'm like, say, Robbie, what you mean they know your cousin? Yeah, they was telling me. I say, hold on, let me just ask you this question. Did they call your cousin by name or did you tell them his name? Tell me how that conversation started. Look, they had just asked me where I was from, you know, what part of town I was from, and I just told them, you know, such like this. I say, okay, and did you bring your cousin name up, or did they bring your cousin name up? No, I asked them, did they know such, and they were like, yeah. I say, hey, bro, they running the F on you, dog. I say, man, listen, pump your brakes, and y'all know following me from these episodes, this is what these guys do. They prey on these first timers because they ego, he want to belong to something, and they know this. So whatever they tell you, he gonna agree with it and want to believe it. But they just running a game on Robbie because when I was walking up, I heard them say, "Hey man, hey, your people gonna put something on your books, your people." And I heard Robbie saying, "Yeah, my mama was supposed to drop me some, but I'm gonna go call my cousins. You know, my cousin still in the street, you know what I'm saying? Talking about the cousin that they supposedly know." So I heard him say, "Yeah, man, when you talk to your cousin, tell them B say what's up."
Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game,
you know how common the initial is. If you tell your cousin B say what's up, he gonna say what B, and you gonna describe this dude as being a black dude, kind of like 5'11", you know what I'm saying, with a haircut, and your cousin gonna be like, it's a possibility he knows somebody that's just like that with the initial beat. And Robert goes, no man, because they describe my cousin, everybody know my cousin describe. He a beast in the street. What boy be on this hustle, man? Or he had a goodness at one time.
Offensively, we know it's hard throwing the ball in third
how many hustlers
because the defense can play
you know
coverages,
that hadn't had an old school Oldsmobile, a Monte Carlo?
Nice job not forcing
The Clint Cutlass was the most popular series for the hustlers.
Makes the grab. It's Craven.
Robbie is so greedy and so eager to feel safe because he was scared because he didn't even know me and he wanted to stick with me on the bus. And now this didn't change because these guys that got you in this cell alone, all three of these guys, at first they surrounded you to make you feel threatened with fear, and then they came off as being friendly to set your mind at ease. And now you don't want to do nothing to upset them, so you going along to get along. Okay, so he started going on, man, and y'all know what's about to be said because every guy said, every first time I say it, man, y'all got this, man. I'm straight. I know what I'm doing.
This passing game.
Ryder walks the fuck off and walks back in the cell. Now, I'm pissed the fuck off because I'm really trying to look out for the dude. But I'm thinking about how I just got back in this fucking place.
Is irate on the side.
Dealing with some other person's problems. And something else he had going on got me back locked up behind folks. So you know what I said? Man, that's alright. I'm tired of worrying about everybody else. Because if it wasn't for somebody else, I wouldn't even be in here right now. Okay, so I walks back to my cell and I go to my foot test and get my art pad, and I'm walking towards the metal tables out there. I'm gonna go to the middle and in the middle of the tier and I'm gonna draw. You know, so I'm drawing as I'm going, looking down, drawing. You know what I'm saying? And
those attributes right there.
So instead of just flying off the handle, my mind thinking, and I'm like, well, maybe, you know what I'm saying, that person made a mistake. So I continue drawing, and the person bumped me again. So now, I know it's intentional. So I drops the pen and looks up. And nigga like, what's up, bitch? What's up? And it's my nigga Doc. And I went from elementary school to middle school with. And the only reason why we didn't go to high school together because we both played for two different football teams.
He might want another play.
I played for Baker High, he played for Sacred High.
With the catch.
So therefore, we went to different schools, but we saw each other occasionally. But we, at this point, we haven't saw each other in a while. So we breathe each other, dap each other down, you know, the whole night. And start talking. Then he say, man, you know, Lako up in here. I say, what Lako? Now, see, Lako, the Lako he's talking about, now, that was my best friend, actually, before me and him became friends. So he's like, yeah, man, Lako. Lako, man, yo. Lako at the top tier. I'm at the bottom tier. Lako at the top tier. You know, phone sales from the internet. So I'm like, man, let's go at that bitch, man. Let's go on this right quick. You know, that's just how we talk. You know, it's nothing personal. Nobody gets offended. That's just the words we were speaking. You know, so yeah, we goes to holler at Lego, and when we get something to Lego singer, Lego laying across his rack, and he listening to his Walkman. And you know, you can have Walkmans up in there, but you can't. They don't play tapes. They only listen to AM and FM. So he listening to whatever music he's listening to, and he in his own little world. So I grabbed the pillow he got at the foot of his bed, and he ain't never looked up and seen me. So I'm creeping down low. I put the pillow over his head and hold over his head. So now Lego always been strong. So Lego grabbed me, being Lego wrestling and wrestling. So eventually he gets up off the bed and he got his hands up ready to fight. So now, see him looking at me, he's ready to fight. Like I said, me and Lego ain't seen each other in about 10 to 15 years at this point. So finally he glanced at Doc, and then he glanced back at me, then he glanced at Doc, then he recognized me, and Lego face light up like 4th of July at nighttime, man. I swear, man, we hug, we dab, be like, oh, fuck you been? I'm like, man, what the fuck you been? He like, man, shit, boy, I've been in this bitch for 6 years straight. So you know how it go. I get to telling him I just came home off a bed, and get to telling him how to get back up in here and how the dude get me caught up. So you know we get to running, one thing lead to another. So me, him, and Doc walking back downstairs from his top tier down back to the center where the table's at in the middle of the tier. So we get down there. So as soon as I get down there, I ask him, I say, man, who boiling meals in T3 311? He like, man, why you asking that? I say, cause man, I was looking out for this little dude that I wrote on the transport bus with. You know, I'm just trying to make sure he's straight. He like, he in the cell with you? I say, yeah. He say, yeah, man, them the wrong dudes. He say, you know, it's one more in Broomfield. He say, man, that's the dudes that shot that lady, police officer, Betty Smothers. The famous football player, what's his name? Play for the Buccaneers? Warren Dunn. And I'm about to show y'all something. You know, and I'm gonna pause because I really like Warren Dunn, and I mean no disrespect, you know, but this is public knowledge.
This offense prides itself on going after you, and they did with that long touchdown pass to finish off a
Now this is the picture of the guy that took up from babies. That's what I'm gonna say. And he's in this prison. They actually got the death penalty overturned. Then I guess her son Warren Dunn went after him again. They put it back on him, then it got overturned again. So instead of him being on death penalty,
has it back, and we say
different DOC prisons.
Again.
You know?
Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great. So
now I'm gonna pick this straight up off this
possessions
together here. They do roll call and you walking out. That's a show you. That's a procedural violation. Okay, so this morning I'm going to child, and I see somebody come twisting up. Hey boy, what's your name? I say, oh, my name's Chief.
Nice job.
Like, where you from? Where you from? I'm from Baton Rouge. I say, what's your name? Oh, my name's Ship. My name's Ship. Call me Queen Ship. I say, okay, Queen Ship. I say, that's what's up. So people like, well, shit, I'm just trying to let you know what I'm saying? I got all kinds of shit, man. I got that I got the purse, I got everything, you hear me? I was like, man, I don't fuck with drugs at all, I ain't gonna lie. I say, but if somebody run across me, shit, I'll make sure I keep you in mind. And then Sugar looked at me and said, you a smart motherfucker. You a smart, I like you. And not on no sideways type shit.
Well,
It was just a mutual respect. I didn't treat Sugar like Sugar was less than me. I treat Sugar like Sugar wanted to be treated. That don't make me less than a man. So I know how things go. It's always the next on me. Tell them the ones that they go out, because you make them build up a hate for you. So me and Sugar end up having that little combo. I see my dogs. I see Lego coming first, then I see Doc. And Doc coming. Doc say, man, I'm about to go run by Sugar right quick and give me a couple of them purse, man. I say, that motherfucker holding a purse like that in prison? Say, man, that motherfucker got about 400 and something purse. So Doc say, man, that bitch Sugar got a lawyer-ass wife. I say, what you mean wife? Man, Sugar married to a woman on the outside. I say, married? Say, yeah, man, you know they bisexual. Like, it's not bisexual too, but you going with him and Sugar. Anything Sugar want, she get it up in this motherfucker. And she cool with Sergeant Larry, the CEO. So I say, now see shit. Now understanding how I can see so much different contraband and shit that we couldn't even have in the prison. So I'm sitting down for chow, eating this old nasty ass oatmeal, and you know what I'm saying? I see, it's something Robin. Robin don't even speak back to me, so I'm just looking at it. Robin dressing like them now. He got his hair cut like them now. Now in this prison, we ain't gotta get bald heads. You can go to the barbershop and get your hair cut. Or anything that you can pay for, you can basically get it in this prison. It operates totally different. And this prison is run by the community that is based around. It's a whole bunch of family members that run the canteen. And if you live in this area or the surrounding area, most of y'all revenue comes from this prison. And most of y'all community works inside this prison. So this prison is basically their livelihood. So I guess they all funded this prison because this is a privately funded prison. The rules and the way things work is totally different. The trustees got the most control in his whole prison. So as I'm leaving child, this little short red dude come up to me and he's like, hey bro, what's down with you? Hey man, my name is Joe, man. Hey, I see you drawing and shit, bro. I got some color pills for sale, man. I'll let you get the picture for the look with it. And then I was like, yeah, man, my name's bro. Yeah. And Joe like, man, I'm from a railroad, whatever. So I'm like, yeah, all right, I know that's that. I actually know who he is. He actually used to be a Hospital rapper back in the day. You know what I'm saying? He had little bumps. Around about the time Negro and Thug and Mystical and all them was on the rise. You know what I'm saying? He was out here with this Lord Blackburn, one of these regulators. But he was a little rapper, you know what I'm saying? A little thug out there dude. So I say, shit, yeah, man, on the soda pills and shit. When I get some money on my books, man, I might get with you on that though, you know what I'm saying? But right now, shit, you know, I can't fuck with it. So at this time, I done made it back to my cell, you know what I'm saying? I'm about to go get some shit together and preparate myself for the day or whatever. So while I'm doing that, so I went in the cell and came back with the picture council. And, you know, handed them to me. I was like, nah, man, I'm good on that, you know what I'm saying? And I don't need nothing by, you know what I'm saying? I know you, you know what I'm saying? You probably good people, and you ain't trying to run no sideways game. I just don't even want to fuck with it until I pay you straight up. So that's one of the incident right there kind of made me and Mito become not friends, but associates, you know what I'm saying? Because there was a mutual respect there, you know what I'm saying? But Mito still kind of carried himself in a fucked up manner. See, Mito kind of arrogant. I guess when he was kind of popping back in the day, it kind of made his head kind of swell up like, you know, he a star, you know what I'm saying? Because he come off disrespectful sometimes, and it might not even be trying to, but it's just the way he come across to some people. And Mito don't know how to stay in his own lane. So, you know, Mito be quick to tell somebody what he think, how they are in the situation. So this dude named Nardale and went on some from Sugar.
Wants to go up top.
half of the pills was like broken half and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? They was still full pills that was just broken half. Micho take them. Micho ain't gonna buy the halves. He wanted to get the hoes. So boy sold the hoes, but Micho still ran his mouth like, man, I go back with it to the old ass, the booty ass sugar and get my money back. So Nobia just kind of looked at Micho and shook his head and walked off. And I seen Micho, man, I'm about to go get some me time, go over here and grab some pad and sketch a little bit, man. And I said, I'm gonna fuck with you a little bit later, Micho. You know what I'm saying? Because when people start doing that old double ass talking in the prison, that's one thing you don't want to do. You don't want to be nowhere around that. You don't want no part of it. So I always get the fuck when I see that shit happen. So my name can't come up with shit. So I went up inside my cell, got in my rack and started sketching. So I'm in the cell, I'm doing some of my best work. You know, Doc come with it to my cell like the speed racer. He damn near swing around the door. Make him see this. Go take your shit out. Come here, bro. So I jump up around the cell, and Micho standing on top of the iron table, and Sugar's hands on his hip, standing in front of Micho, and Sugar telling Micho, you better keep my motherfucking name out your mouth, or I'll beat the fuck out you. Micho's like, beat the fuck out of who? You better go get the rest of the motherfucking queens. I'll beat the fuck out of all y'all shit chasing ass niggas. And Micho stayed going on and on. By this time, Sugar had got quiet. Just stand up. Boy, you know Sugar just hit him. Wow. And he got on top of the table with Micho. And started flushing Micho. At the end of the day, that's still a man. And all them other was just bringing out this motherfucking tears down his mouth. Them 7 little cells. They all men. And they all sit down here and get on Micho ass. And they all stay in Micho ass. Look like they hit Micho ass with the palm of their fist. And they throwing it around the leg dog. And after a while they beat him so much, they dragged him on the stand. Now they ripping Micho ass clothes. And he on his way upstairs. Micho trying to swerve away his clothes.
So that's the most important thing on the scoreboard. But they have had success. So what do? You keep playing pitch and catch. You got to score. But you got to talk to your defense. I need some
five stands. Man, let me go, man. Stop going. Let me go. And I ain't gonna lie and say Micho just got up there and gave it up. When they dropped him on the floor, he got him inside the floor. This way out here. But all you see is them husky queens. And then they put him in the yo-yo. What the yo-yo is, see, all the queens got a job in the shop where they repair different stuff. And they all like the dryers and stuff like that off the wall. Belts and stuff. And see, they put the belts together, and see the belts, they flips it. See, they can adjust any way they want to. They can suspend in the air, off the ground. And see, Micho got a little homeboy he hanging with. So everybody was looking at Kane like, man, you ain't thinking about like, shit, man. They called them fucking with them queens, man. They did Micho bad. All you seen was every last one of the queens get buff naked and start passing around the bottom baby arm. Now, this is the part that had to make him feel less than a man. Now, this turn, it started off as a jail turn, but it ended up becoming popular in the world. Now, they end up tossing Micho Savage. That's when that man licks inside his booty, just licking his booty.
Your gut is more balanced and resilient, thanks to Florida probiotics.
Making side adjustments here. They're throwing for it on 4th down. And they get
now, it's the part that threw me for a loop. Because I don't know if he started liking the shit or what. Because at first he was screaming.
I guess you get to the point where
but
you
he
got to
just
say,
broke down.
we got to be aggressive. We got to make this
a lot of
happen.
people don't like the dude. Like I said, he got like a, like an arrogant, saying ego problem. And he come at you wrong, like within a disrespectful manner. So everybody's just sitting down there watching and laughing, you know what I'm saying? So while all this going on, you know what I'm saying? I peek to my left and I see Ryan over there and he's trying to make conversation with me. So I just looked at him and walked the fuck off. See, after they finished running in Micho, see, Micho way good to Charlton. And he went to try to tell one of the guards, this is how I knew for myself that them guards, you could buy them guards. You could buy the COs. Because the COs came right back in the door and told everybody, boy, Micho a rat. Now, this Sergeant Larry who said that boy Micho a rat. Now, I know for a fact Sergeant Larry with all the bullshit in the whole prison. Because I seen, after I've been there for a while, I seen with my own eyes how he came and got. Because see, you can only be, when you go into like the annex or somewhere else, Storm, you gotta be escorted by the guards. So I seen him escorted dude we call home to somewhere where somebody was waiting on him to jump him.
Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top.
This dude, Sergeant Larry, I mean, he's the most untrustable person in the whole prison. He works in the inmates. He deserves to be an inmate. Now, I'm about to start taking y'all through some of the main players in this thing because everything really started happening when we got jobs, because I started seeing more because I'm moving about the prison. You know what I'm saying? And every time you get a job, you get a badge. You get a certain level of clearance. Depends on what your level of clearance is, the place you can go. You know, you shouldn't have a detail badge and be in the kitchen. So I'm just giving y'all that layout so y'all can better understand what the rules is supposed to be. So then you gonna know when a person wind up somewhere else they ain't got the clearance for, then you gonna know the only ones that are authorized that is a guard. Now we gonna fast forward 5 days. And this time, me, Blako, and Doc had them met Noah, Pedro, and Pop Pop. They came off the ship bus from Cartersville to this prison. So immediately when they get in there, you know what I'm saying, they stated themselves, and one day Blako and Doc was playing cards, and they came up and asked if they get in. So, you know, they got in, we all playing cards, and we all just shooting this shit, you know what I'm saying, and you can almost speak for all of us, me, Blako, and Doc, that we like them boys instantly. By these being in prison, we just can't trust them that easy, but we do like it. But our relationship do build over a period of time. So now all of us got in real good. Now, I didn't expect the whole prison to take notice that we all starting to hang together. Now we starting to get sour looks from different inmates, you know what I'm saying? People that never even looked our way in the beginning. Now they double checking us. Now me and Rodney came into the prison on the same transport, so we ain't got number 7 more days before our work qualifications kick in. We'll be ready to start work and get our jobs assigned to us in 7 more days. Now Doc and Blako been working. Only time they don't work is on the weekend because they on prison transport detail. And Noah, Pedro, and Pop Pop, they still got 13 days because they got to the prison after August. So we all gonna be out of the tier at different times. Now let's fast forward up 7 days when I finally get my prison qualification, my work qualifications. Okay, so they put me and assigned me to working out in the field. Okay, so stay out. So when you head out to the field, you go to like the shed and you get what you work with. You know, you got holes, you got edges, you got all kind of little different tools that you can grab. I end up getting a hoe. And everybody get different things. Some people even got some bad little snippets, you know. So it's real dangerous out there. You got a bunch of convicts out here with weapons. Now keep in mind, some of us work directly in the field and some of us go around the prison trimming bushes. You know what I'm saying? We doing different things because we took the prison up. The prison up. When it's hot out there, it's hot. When it's cold out there, it's cold. So, you know what I'm saying? This particular day, it's hot. And we out there working in the field. And for some reason, 2 dudes named, one of them name was Norman and one of them name was Darren. They have been arguing about real simple, stupid shit all day. You know what I'm saying? They had started talking about, you know, football. And what the fuck is you talking about football for in prison? So they arguing about that now. And you know what I'm saying? They get kind of heated and they bring that down. Then they go into another argument and then come down. So after a while, these arguments ain't coming down so easy. Now, they do have a little dude out there named Taz, and he know both of them. And he like the little peacekeeper. And he talked to both of them, and both of them said, man, oh man, I ain't worried about that, man, it's all good. know, like, they ain't tripping on the situation. So, you know what I'm saying? About 5 minutes later, you know, everybody goes back to work. And then all you hear is, the dude down had to took his sniffer shears and stabbed Norman in his temple. Norman landed on the ground, bleeding out, faking.
Listen,
He convulsing.
Play cover 2, and I'm a free safety.
So the stars come right over there,
I gotta
you know what I'm
see the
saying?
route. I gotta see the wide receiver
the
breaking,
shit
understand the quarterback's throwing the football.
And I'm talking about they stomping, they put boots in his face. Now down here, already his brother was laying on the ground because he had to do what he wanted to do. So they had no need for the Seahawks to even get that carried away the way they did. So I'm thinking they about to try to follow the same routine like when I was in the last prison.
Yeah, and he's been throwing it all over the yard, and he's
But they don't take it up a whole
300 yards on
different
the
notch.
day. So
They stripped this dude down to his fucking drawers.
Palmer, 300 nowadays, that's like
And they have 2 poles out in the field, and they hit up to either side of the pole.
College football, no doubt.
Coach's Corner, Auburn's newest luxury rental community, perfect for students, families, and football fans alike. Limited spots are available, so apply and make Coach's Corner your home in Auburn.
It's honest Chipotle.
It's our best steak ever.
Fresh, the best. Like garlic, chicken, coriander, it's super tender.
Steak, people love it, and it's so good with our new vegetable mixture. You're gonna want to put it on everything. 10 out of 10 flavor.
And they leave this dude out here to sunset. And it was 12 noon. So that shit woke me up right there. I said, they ain't following no prison procedures and guidelines. I said, we in a whole different ball. It's a private prison, and they can do whatever the fuck they want to do. So now, since that didn't happen, now we all got to go in. So as we head back in, you hear all kinds of alarms and shit going off. So they take all of us and sticks us in one tiny fucking cell. And it's about 50 of us. And one tiny cell, and leave us there for 4 hours. So when we get back to the dorm, finally we find out, you know, on a whole different tier, you know what I'm saying, like a game fight. So when that happens, no matter where you at, you have to go be secure in a secure spot. That seems like the only procedure they follow. Now, when we come back, y'all caught up on all the what's up, everybody. I want to say sorry for being so late and dropping this video, but like I said, I had laryngitis. But my wife, she put some stuff together. You know, I only use the phone twice a month because that security, that shit'll run your phone bill up into the thousands. So the last time I used the phone, my dead girlfriend, now wife, she said she had ran into Jubin. If y'all don't remember, Jubin is the guy that got me in all this trouble. And she said, you know, he was still on the run, but looked like he was still slanging, you know, low hustling or whatever, because he was in a nice car, jewelry, you know what I'm saying, pocket full of money. So he said, you know, he was going to come through and drop off some money to her so she could send it to me. So that night, I went to the phone and called her to see how that went, see if he had to drop that little money off, and, you know, it was on his way to me. So instead of hearing that good news, I hear something else. So we on the phone talking for a while, and finally she just breaks down and start crying. She tells me when he come over there, he started making her feel real uncomfortable. You know, and then it got real drastic when he tried to push his way into the house. Now she just crying and crying and crying and crying, and you know, I'm trying to console her, but you know, I'm in this motherfucker, and I'm hurt, I'm pissed, I'm mad, I'm on fire, you know, but I don't want to show them emotions. I'm just trying to calm her down. So after a while, I finally calm her down, you know what I'm saying, and talk to her and smooth things out with her. And we get off the phone, and I'm walking back to my fucking cell, pissed. So now I'm in my cell, and I'm just talking to God, and I'm like, please just let me get my hand on this boy for a single minute. I'm gone at this point. And all of a sudden, I hear, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So we're going to go ahead and jump into that next morning. So about 4:30, they called for workforce, because we before all the non-workers, all the high-risk inmates. So we about 4:30, and we in the field for 5 work. So I'm in the field for about 2 hours, zoned out, and the whole little just think
Just
about
giving
this
the
shit
quarterback
control.
some easy
You
looks
know what I'm
and
saying?
reads so
And
he could
all
go
of a
out
sudden, you feel
And he knew exactly
boom.
where to go with the
So
football.
this the
Everything
guard
looked
shooting
really,
the
really
shotgun in the
easy.
air because
He
this
was
dude
hot.
named Crazy
Ball was
Jones took
coming out
off
of his
all
hands,
his
but the
clothes,
defense better do
laid him on the
something
barbed
different.
wire fence, and tried to escape. Now this crazy motherfucker, not only did he not escape, but he hanging on the fence, buck naked like a fucking scarecrow, cut the fuck up from the barbed wire fence.
And this is a
Now
tough
they
time
get
for
his
this
stupid
offense
ass on the
because you're in
fence. Now
passing
they
mode.
take
You're
all
in
of us and
comeback
put us
mode, and
back in
the
the
defense knows
small
that.
ass
Like,
fucking
they're
cell.
pinning their
Because
ears back.
every
They're
time
coming
an
after the
incident
quarterback, and
happens,
you've already struggled
everybody
protecting your
gotta
guy
go
today and
lock down.
creating those
Now
explosive
everybody just
plays.
in this
This
small
offense is
ass
going to have to
cell.
pump.
Pacing backwards and forwards because they mad as a motherfucker. The work they just
Now with
started.
a great
Now, after
opportunity
about
as they
2,
pick
3
up the
long
first down.
ass
They've got it
hours,
at the
they
40.
finally come in here and
Texas
tell us,
A&M
y'all can
going
go
up
back to
tempo.
work in the field.
Hey,
So
down
me
in
and
the
Dog, we
fourth
take
quarter,
off
you
because we
better
know
have a
everybody gonna try to
dude
get
at
to
the
the good
quarterback
tunes,
spot. They
the
do,
Houston
and
tunes.
they're
You
going to
know what I'm
trust him,
saying?
and
Now
he's
when
going
we
to have to
walk in there,
continue.
everybody
Throwing to
just
the end
stop
zone, and
talking.
it's picked
Now you
off.
know what that
He
means.
goes
Either they
down
talking
after the
about you
short
or they
return,
just
but
don't want
what
you to
a
hear what they
play to
talking about.
get the
So
football
me and
back.
Dog, we don't even pay that shit no
Speed up
attention.
them
We
pass
just grab
rushers,
our tools
bring in
and
them
head
DBs.
back
That's
out
what
to the
I'm doing in
field.
this
So
situation.
I'm
When
back
I got
out
the
there
lead by a
working,
couple
you know what I'm
scores
saying?
late in the
And
ball
all the
game in
chatter
the
pick
fourth
up,
quarter,
then the shit
I'm going
stop,
to
then
rush
the
the
niggas start
passer like
talking again.
crazy. I'm going
Noah
to put
come
all those
walking the
DBs
beat,
back
so he
playing the
say,
pass.
man, them
That's
niggas
what
say,
happened. Great
Jigga
job
Man gonna get at
understanding
you.
they're going to
So
have to
I'm
take
like, what
shots.
the
If we
fuck they
get the
talking about?
interception,
I ain't
this
got
one's
no
on the
problem with
nose.
Jigga Man. I'm like
I'm a
a
little bit
football
surprised
field
they're still
away from
throwing the
Jigga
football
Man
here
down
this
to
late in
put
the game with
sprinklers
this kind
in.
of lead
So
there on
he
first
running
down, taking a
lines.
shot,
Now
ball's
I'm watching
incomplete, but
Jigga Man.
obviously
He
they're still
coming
seeing
down
matchups that they
running
want to take
lines.
advantage
So
of in the back
finally,
end of
when
this
he get to
defense,
me,
so they're
I
letting it
reach
fly.
for the line to look
Defense
at the
uses a
sprinkler system,
timeout quickly,
and he
trying to
just
get
look at
that
me
ball
like,
back and
hold
preserve
on,
time
nigga.
for their
Nah,
offense.
I'm buzzing like a
And a nice
motherfucker. So
job
I'm
working
just
the
thinking
middle of
and
the field. I
thinking,
think it's
because I
so
got this
important
other
that
shit
your
on my
defense is
mind.
honest,
But
and
then
you can't
it
just
does
dink it
back
down the
on me.
outside.
I
You got to
hope
work the
this
middle.
man
Great
go
job
back out
finding
when
this
he
wide
gets
receiver
there.
in the middle of the
Now,
field.
I'm saying I got to go approach this man
All kinds of
and
room
see
to
what
throw
this shit
that one
really
there.
about. Now, you
Solid
know in
work and
prison, any
execution
words you
there.
say
They'll
can be
have a
fighting
first down as
words.
they
What's
mark it
that
at the
with you, man?
40.
What the fuck you mean? What's that
The
for me, man?
Longhorns come to
Now,
the
this ain't
line with a
true.
fresh
It's
set
true,
of downs.
niggas. Now, I go back to
The
working,
officials stop
just
the
thinking
clock for
about
the 2-minute
how I can go
timeout, and the
approach him, you know
offense
what I'm
is
saying,
that much
without even
closer to
bringing up no
victory.
conflict. But before I can do that, one of the niggas on the workforce come up to me and say, man,
The
you know
offense
anything?
lines up at the
And
40.
somebody
They've got
else
a first
went to
down.
this tail and stole some cigarettes. Now, I don't really know what the situation is.
A dedicated
Smart
technical
move. They keep
solution
it on the
center
ground.
already by your side.
Stop behind the line.
Imagine
He'll
that. We
lose a
can.
yard. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. The
I'm
Longhorns have
already
put
pissed off
themselves in
about this
dire
other
straits
bullshit.
after that
Now,
last play.
Robbie
It's
just
second
had
and
to
a
my
mile.
motherfucking crowd.
To the air. It's
So,
Manning.
you know, now I want to
Lost
fuck him
one
up.
deep down the right
You know what I'm
side.
saying? So I'm like, nah, wait up.
Catching
Let me
stride
go
inside
holler at
the
him like a
15.
man. You
They'll
know what I'm
make the
saying?
stop
And
at
see
that
how he gonna
first
handle this
down. Ought to
situation.
ice it, and they
Now, we
should be
finish
able
our
to
work for
kneel
the
this
day.
one out.
I'm headed back to the tool
And the
shed to put my
Longhorns
tools
started
up and
this
shit.
drive back
Now,
up
I
in their
just took
own end,
y'all
and
through
now they've
the
moved
quick
into position to
update.
score.
Now I'm about to give y'all a
DB on the
breakdown of what
ground on
everything
first and
means.
goal.
So now
And
we
he
get into
never
the
had
heart
a
of the story.
chance, just stopped
So,
cold as
okay,
soon as he got
like
it.
I said, we're headed to the tool shed, and Sugar Man just speeds
Looking
up
for the goal
and
line.
busts through me and
And
Dog.
he's in for the
So we just looking
touchdown,
at
but
each other
hang
like,
on
man, this
just
nigga
a
lost his
second.
mind.
There is a
Like,
flag
you
on
know
the
what I'm
field.
saying? He on some whole other level shit now.
Can the
So
defense
we
stop
get
them
to the
again
tool
on
shed,
second and
and
goal?
I'm talking to him, and I'm like, hey, bro, I don't know what you heard, what you've been told about somebody,
And the pass is
about me having
incomplete.
any
Yard
part to
loose
going
on the hit.
in your sale.
Well, the
And
offense
he's
has had
like,
their
say,
way
man, I'm
all
gonna tell
game
you
long
like
up to
this.
this
Them
point.
cards gonna
Finally, the
find their way
defense
back
is able
home.
to
Them
make a play, and I'll
cards,
tell you, after that
I ain't got shit to do with that, my boy. Cause anything I want, I'm gonna purchase. I ain't got to steal from nobody.
Unloads to the
I say,
wideout.
now, first, that setup,
Receiver
just
wasn't
sit
ready
up
for
and
the
let it
throw.
strike out. I'm
This
thinking
offense
you
put
need to
together
take
a
that
really
up
good
for somebody
drive.
else.
Like, that was a good drive, but third
So,
down in the
stop
red
right
zone,
there,
the
my
field
boy.
starts to
Now,
shrink.
I
They
tell
really
him,
struggle
before
to
this
try to find
situation
a
go
play to get some
any
momentum.
farther, let me go
Looking
address
to
this
throw.
Monroe situation.
Quarterback doing what he
Now,
does
I
best. He
know
can
all
move.
this came about because
It's
Robbie
fumble. And this
is
fumble
got with
will
Monroe
scored
now,
out of bounds.
and Junk man must have got suspicious or cutting up behind some cigarettes up in the tier, and they told shit on us. He told them he seen us in his cell. So I tell Nard as we walking back to the cell, let's go get with Doc, Lego, Pedro, you know what I'm saying? And we gonna head back over there. My pop should already be up in there. He should have been the first one back up in there. So okay, we gets back in the tier. And we hooked up with everybody, but I tell them fall back because I don't want them to look like I'm coming straight to address them. But now y'all gotta keep in mind, I'm still pissed off about this Cuban shit. So instead of going straight to Monroe, I know Robbie is the source of the problem. So I goes up to Robbie. I said, hey Robbie, man, come on, let me holler at you like a man. And we talking. So Robbie's like, man, oh no shit, fuck that man. Shit, just like that. Then that's on you. You know what I'm saying? You came at you. So before I knew it, I couldn't control my anger. I hit him. Wow. So I start running ass until my dogs come grab me. Now my comes up, man. Now this brings me back to that part earlier when I told you I was in my cell in deep thought, and all of a sudden I go, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So I beat about the cell, and that's what's going on the phone, and it's just going out like, what you should be talking about on the phone? They got you doing all that. So we're gonna fast forward to that next day. So after morning child, we get the transport bus, and on that transport bus, come to find out why he was, that's what I'm talking about. His little brother and them, he found out they was being shipped to this place. He got twin little brothers named, we call them Rocky and Bowie because they ugly as hell. They look like cartoon characters, Rocky and Bowie. So we gave him that nickname. Now, also on this bus is two dudes named Baytown and Home. So, you know, it's other people on this transport. But I'm going to bring them in as we go. So remember this transport bus that just came. But right now, Homer and Baytown is the only ones, you know, that's important besides Rocky and Bowie. So when they get off the transport, they get populated to their cell and shit like that. So, you know, after they got populated to their cell, Rocky and Bowie go to their brother, they hug and backwards and forwards and all this. So after everything settled in, you know, me, Doc, Lego, Pop, Nard, and all them, my whole swarm. We go sit down and we start playing cards. Now going back to the transport, he got this other dude that came in, a mess ass dude that love to mess with the queens, and every prison he go to named BTs. Now we just gonna fast forward to about a week later when a lot of shit started brewing up. Now over this period of time, we playing cards, and these dudes named Baytown and Homer come walk up and ask can they get in. Now we just playing a nice little friendly gamble game, you know what I'm saying, for cigarettes, Zuzus, whams, little different things like that. Now every day, this will be our same little routine, and when they see us playing cards, they'll come over and join us. So now we getting to know each other, we gelling, and we really like those dudes. So they really started hanging with us. But now the prison taking notice that we putting deeper and deeper, but we're not doing it, you know, on purpose intentionally. You know, we recruiting. This just happened organically. Now, also in that time, the dude BT, he got the same personality as Sugar Man, so they end up starting hanging around each other and everything, going to each other's cells and shit like that. Now, Sugar Man don't mess around with boys and the queens. You know, but he support everything that BTC do because they done got real tight. Now,
and it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a
Queen
return.
Sugar, on the other hand, Queen Sugar got an issue with the new Homer that they came and started, you know, chilling with us. Because apparently in another prison, Queen Sugar tried to fuck Homer. But Queen Sugar wasn't deep in this time. He thought he could just, you know, bully Homer and beat Homer up and take it. But Homer could fight. So Homer beat Queen Sugar up. So, you know, that bad chemistry is still there. Now, I know I kind of created, gave y'all a layout, real fast, but it's a lot to cover in this episode. And now I'm going to try to back them up.